Hi there, students. An outlier, an outlier. We also have an adjective, outlying. I think maybe I'm going to look at the adjective outlying first. By the way, this was a question from Polyglot. Outlying means not in the central part, but particularly for location. So we have central London inside the M25 and then outlying suburbs outside. The outlying areas round the city. Okay, something that is not located in the centre. And this is particularly geographical. The outlying areas, not the central area, the bits that are more distant. Now, an outlier is a person, a thing, a fact, a statistic that is very different from everything else in that group. And it can't be used to draw a general conclusion. Let's see, if you know anything about statistics, you have the standard deviation, and most things are within one standard deviation. But you could have several outliers, results that are way out, that are at 2 sigma or 3 sigma. So an outlier, it's a fact or a measurement or something that is very different from everything else. I guess an outlier, you could have an outlier site, a place that is very far from the main part of something. But an outlier, a fact, a figure, a piece of data that's very different from everything else in the set and does not seem to fit the pattern. Apart from 1 or 2 obvious outliers, the charge for this service is between £5 and £15. The poll that showed the politician was leading by 5 points was probably an outlier. Okay, so it's something that is a long way from the centre, a long way from most of the data, something that exists outside a pattern or a category, an extreme exception. So let's see, birds lay eggs, and birds are the only creature that lay eggs, except for I can think of one outlier, the duck-billed platypus, that lays eggs as well. A value that is very far from most of the other data in a set. Outliers make statistical analysis of this very, very difficult. So it's a statistic that is way different to everything else in the set. A value that is a long way out. Statistically, it's it's something that is more than 1.5 sigma. Okay, so it's something that is a long way from the from what you would expect. A person or a thing that is very different. In the company, there are most of the workers in the company fit to a specific pattern. They're similar people, but there are 1 or 2 outliers who just don't fit into the culture of the company. They're very different. If the outliers are removed from the data, the overall results change significantly. And outliers in statistics can be a very dangerous thing because they are statistics as well, and ignore them at your peril. Okay, so a value that's far from most of the other data, something that exists a long way from the main category. A number that's a lot higher or a lot lower than all the other numbers that represent the facts or the measurements. Yeah, so we've got 3, 7, 4, 9, 3, 8, 8, and 66. 66 is an outlier. It's very different. Okay, so outlier, something that is radically different from the other members of the group, something that is a long way from the center. So outlying, yeah, outlying is something that is not central, an outlier. Formality, I think I'm going to give it a 6 in formality, but use everywhere. Slightly more on the formal side, maybe a little bit more formal, a little bit more scientific. So outlier. Bye for now.